So after beta decay, alpha and beta decay, now we are going to know about gamma decay. What is meant by the gamma decay? So here we know that alpha decay means when the phenomenon of emission of positive charged particles, those are alpha particles, is called as alpha decay. And as well as in case of beta decay, when the phenomenon of emission of an electron or a positron, or beta plus decay or beta minus decay, when the electron emitted from the nuclei, then that will be the beta minus decay, and if the positron is emitted from the nuclei, then that will be the beta plus decay. Means whenever the beta minus decay is happening, then its atomic number increased by 1 unit and without changing its atomic mass number. When positron is emitted, and its atomic number is decreased by 1 without changing in its atomic number. So earlier we discussed, and now we are going to know about gamma decay. What is meant by the gamma decay? Gamma decay means here gamma decay means the phenomenon of emission of gamma rays from you, means gamma rays is nothing but photon, gamma ray, that is a photon, gamma ray photon from a radioactive nucleus is called a gamma decay. Actually this gamma decay process will be happen when the alpha and beta process is doing on, the phenomenon is happening whenever the nuclei disintegrates and decaying of nuclei, then the alpha or positron, electron or protons are emitted from that nuclei. In that case of some of the radiation will be emitted from that. In that process only that gamma decay takes place when the nuclei is undergo a alpha or beta decay. So that when a nucleus is in excited state, when the nucleus, we know that according to the Bohr postulates, by absorbing some energy, nuclei moves into the excited state. That will be the temporary state of a nucleus, and again immediately that will fall to its ground state. When the nuclei is in an excited state, when it will comes to the ground state, immediately it will falls into the ground state, decays into the ground state or lower state by some of the energy is emitting. While this is decaying from the higher energy excited state to the lower energy state or ground state, it will emit some energy. That energy which is equal to the energy levels between the two energy levels, from where to go, from which place to the which level to the another level, from where the nuclei is decayed. That means here when the electron jumps from the, when the nuclei is decaying from the one high energy excited state orbital to the another lower state of orbital or lower state of ground state of an orbital, it radiates some energy. That energy which is equal to the difference of energy levels between the two orbitals. That is that radiation emitted, that radiation is a gamma rays, that is emitted by the photon. The energy radiated is lying in photons. So that photon is called as a gamma energy. Means whenever the wavelength of gamma radiation is very short wavelength, they have very short wavelength. So that short wavelength they can radiate. This gamma decay process will takes place when the process of alpha or beta decay going on. Means whenever the nuclei is disintegrates or decays and emits the alpha or beta particles, some of the radiation will be formed. Means a nucleus will be formed in one of the excited states. Nucleus will be in one of the excited states. For example, when the nuclei of cobalt, 27 atomic number and 60 with atomic mass number, that is cobalt will moves into the, by decaying, participating in negative decay process, beta decay process, beta minus decay process. In that beta negative decay process, that cobalt is came from the decays from the excited state to become the nickel, that is 2860 to the excited nickel state. Means it will forms the excited nickel. So that from that by emitting beta decay process, by doing the participating in the beta decay process and emitting the energy levels, so those are the difference between the two energy levels will be the 1.17 mega electron volts, and again if it comes to the ground state, then it will be the 1.33 mega state. The difference between the two energy states 1.33 mega electron volts will be the difference between the two energy states, and this 1.17 mega electron volts will be the energy state difference between the energy states whenever the example cobalt 2760 moves into the nickel 2860, then participating in a beta decay process, that will from the excited state to the that will comes to another excited radiation is emitted, that is a nickel. That is a nickel process, is a nickel, the excited nickel is formed. So whenever it comes to from the excited state to the lower energy state, the difference between the whenever it is radiation is emitted, that radiation which is equal to the radiation emitted in photons, which radiation which is equal to the difference of energy levels between the two levels. So that these are the gamma rays, means whenever the alpha or beta decay is processing going on, then some of the radiation is emitted, that the nucleus will move into the excited state. That radiation by emitting that energy, that will the nucleus comes to its ground state or lower state, that energy will be in photons. That photons energy rays is called as a gamma rays. That gamma rays, whenever the nucleus is emitted some of the radiation from the one energy excited state to the another the levels, then the difference between the energy levels which is equal to the emitted radiation by the nucleus. So this is about gamma decay. Then what is the properties that can be gamma rays can be behave? What is the properties of, because of these are the uncharged particles. Neutrons are the gamma rays are these nothing but neutrons are the uncharged particles. So gamma rays are the not charged particles, but they are the electromagnetic waves. Those are photons. Electromagnetic waves are photons, and if they are having the very short wavelength, so those are the X-rays are the very short wavelength, so those are identical to the X-rays. And these are the uncharged particles, so that's why they cannot affected by the magnetic and electric fields. They cannot affected by the magnetic, being uncharged particles, they cannot affected by the magnetic and electric fields. So that they very penetrating power is more, even though they do not affected by the magnetic and electric field. So that's why they can travel with the velocity of the light, with the speed of the light, travel with the velocity of the light. And they, whenever they incident on the photograph, affected by the photographic plates and more strongly than beta and alpha. Here the properties of gamma rays in that case, they travel with the velocity of light, due to that with being a uncharged particles, because of they are not charged particles. So that's why they can penetrate through any body. So that's why here they are not affected by the electric and magnetic fields, so that they travel with a velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. They can travel with the velocity of light, and when they incident on the photo, they affect the photographic plates more strongly than the alpha and beta particles. Being a charged particles, alpha beta particles can ionize, so that's why they can't affect the photographic plate more. So that the being a uncharged particle, that is not charged particle, that gamma rays can affect the photographic plates more strongly than the alpha and beta rays. And this ionization power is low because of they don't have any charge. They are not uncharged particles. They don't have change, so that's why they cannot get repulsion and attraction by the magnetic and electric field. So that's why their ionizing power is feebly very low, so that they can penetrate through the any matter strongly. When they penetrate through the any strongly, means if the gamma rays are incident on the iron plate, they can penetrate up to 30 centimeter through the thickness of 30 centimeter thickness of iron plates. They can 30 centimeters iron plate, they can penetrate through the iron plates also. So that they, whenever the matter is absorbed, the gamma rays are absorbed by any matter, some of the heat energy can be produced, so that their ion penetrating power is very high. And they diffracted by the crystals of certain elements, means like X-rays. When the X-rays, whenever the X-rays are diffracted by the some of the crystals, like the same gamma rays also, because of they are the identical of gamma rays. So that's why X-rays are gamma rays are identical to the X-rays. So that's why they can also diffract like X-rays. And gamma rays are exhibit when the phenomena of pair production. Pair production means whenever the photon can emit that electron and positron. We know that this is the beta decay process. In that beta decay process, that photons can emit that power pair production, that is electron positron pair can be produced by that gamma photon. So these are the properties of gamma rays. Once again, gamma rays are not charged particles, they are electromagnetic waves, that is photons. They have very short wavelength and identical with X-rays and not affected by electric and magnetic fields, travel with velocity of light and affect the photographic plates more strongly than beta and alpha and produce fluorescence in certain crystals, and as well as ionization power is low, produce a small heating effect when absorbed the matter. High penetrating power is there and diffracted by crystals like X-rays, and gamma rays exhibit the phenomena of pair annihilation, that is gamma photon can emit that electron and positron. This is about alpha, beta, gamma decay and the properties of alpha, beta, gamma decays.